I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller and comparing it with the Joy-Con 2s attached to the Nintendo Switch 2 controller dock. I never planned on going out and getting one of these, but sitting down last night and playing with the Nintendo Switch 2 for the first time in docked mode, that's right. For the entire time that I've had it, I have played it in handheld and put it in the dock for the first time last night, played some Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and decided that I wanted to use a controller other than the Joy-Cons. So I had this controller right here. This is a nice little controller. It is the PDP Rematch. And when I tried to pair this controller with the Nintendo Switch 2, it didn't work. And this is a little dirty. I haven't cleaned it yet. I got this on a Facebook Marketplace deal. So forgive me. But I was, sitting there pressing the L and R button to try and sync it to the Switch, and it wouldn't work. So I got a USB-C cable. I plugged in the USB-C cable to the Nintendo Switch and plugged it into the controller. Still did not pair. So I'm like, okay, is it the controller? Maybe I got a bad deal on this and it just doesn't work. Well, so then I went and got my 8-bit dough. All right. Got the 8-bit dough. I believe it's a Pro controller. I'm not sure. Nice little pink color here. Just played some Elden Ring Night Rain on my PC with this this past week. So I know for a fact that it works. But it doesn't work with the Nintendo Switch 2. I tried to sync it, tried to connect it with USB-C, and it would not connect. Now, I have read online that it's possible that this controller might need a firmware upgrade. I have not fully looked into that yet, but it didn't work with my Nintendo Switch 2 for whatever reason. Well, how about Pikachu? How about Pikachu? Doesn't work. This controller I was never planning on using anyways, though, because it does have stick drift. But this did not work. And this Pikachu controller, this is the Power A. I guess I got this when I bought my original Nintendo Switch. This took me all the way through Breath of the Wild, but I tried it. It doesn't work. It doesn't sync. Well, what about this flimsy controller here that I bought at the the discount Amazon warehouse shop in the city where I live? Well, it actually does work, surprisingly. This is the one controller that I was able to get to work, and it did sync, and so I've been playing with this one. It doesn't even have a brand name or anything on it. This is just one of those controllers from China, and sure enough, it works. So this is great. However, I do not like the joysticks on it. They're a little finicky. They're kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it's it's very strange. They're not very precise, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm moving around Tears of the Kingdom, trying to walk on a ledge, trying not to fall off into water or to lava or something. And it's like I have to be very careful. It just wasn't the best experience. So, I could use these, but uh, I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go out and get a new controller altogether so I can have a controller, but then have the Joy Cons as well. So I ended up going out and got the Pro controller. And I never had a Nintendo Switch, original Switch Pro controller. So this is my first of the variety. And I'm excited to see what this is like. I have watched some other videos and read some reviews, so we're going to take this out. And my main concern here is, what does this feel like compared to the Joy Cons? In the dock. Some have said that it's relatively the same, and that may be the case. So I'm a little concerned. Did I go out of my way? Did I pay for something that I shouldn't have? Should I have just worked with this controller, fallen off tons of ledges? Should I have just stuck with that? I don't know, but let's just go ahead and open this up. If you're like me, now you like to open these boxes with a knife so that you don't tear up the box. That's the best way to do it, in my opinion. If I'm wrong on that, go ahead and tell me in the comment section. But let's open this up. Might need to move these controllers out of my way. Okay, so right off the bat, the packaging, when it's hard to get something out of a package, you know that there's some thought put into it. There's some quality there. That's what I'm seeing already. So, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. So, all right. Let's pull this on out. We got the USB-C cable on top. You know what? If you're familiar with Staplegate, some people who bought Nintendo Switch 2s on release day at GameStop in New York at one location, the workers were stapling the receipts to the boxes and accidentally punctured the boxes and punctured the Switch screen. So, we don't have any of that happening here. USB-C cable wrapped up a little nicely. What does this say? This says new and with some numbers. Okay. It's just wrapped up in some type of foam. And here we are. Wow. This just looks premium. And you know what? I can tell you right now already that this is exactly what I was wanting. The feel of it, it feels good in the hand compared to this, where it feels a little thin. These joysticks feel a little stiff and weird moving. This the way that it is designed and built, it doesn't feel as jarring. It just feels comfortable. So I will be interested to actually test this out on my console. I'm liking this so far, though. Okay, and compared to the two Joy-Cons, I mean, yeah, this is what I thought. I mean, this is acceptable for playing, and I like these joysticks. I like this controller, but I think that it feels a little strange, because it's so long. I guess it's an odd design when using together like this, but not unplayable by any means. I think that this is just better. My thumb can comfortably reach this D-pad here like that, versus with this controller, it's like my thumb is all the way up here, and whereas with the Switch Pro controller, I'm kind of reaching over here. It's like I gotta kind of bend my thumb down here, and for some of you, it's like, oh, what's the big deal? It's not a big deal, but it's all about comfortability. It's the premium experience. It's playability, and I think that just based on what I'm seeing right here, this is exactly what I wanted. And I like that there are the buttons on the back as well that can be programmed. And I've heard that this battery runs for about 40 hours, which is amazing. So I'm excited to try this out. But that's all I have for this unboxing and comparison video. The reason that I make videos like this, this channel is mostly about education. And I post a lot of educational content, but when I'm interested in something and I'm searching on YouTube for videos and trying to find information and I can't find it, and then I decide that I think I have something to contribute to the community, that's why I make these videos. And the thing is these controllers did not work. And maybe you can get them to work. I don't know. But three of my best controllers that I used were not compatible with the Switch 2. And yes, I did have these other options, but I just decided, with these not working anyways, I would go ahead and get this premium controller and use this for my new bad boy. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said, I talk mostly about education. And if you're interested in education or teaching and things like that nature, or or you just want to stay caught up with me and just hang out with me here on YouTube, I would appreciate that. So thanks in advance. That's all I have for you in this video. See you in the next one.